Hi, I'm Lauren. I didn't come into this world with a single ounce of chill. I truly believe that my soul chose the most neurotic body to experience this human life with as a little experiment. And, and we're still awaiting the results. I keep my bedroom spotless. I don't like imperfections in general. My inner voice is that of a Russian ballet teacher. But somehow, in the summer of 2024, I found myself in clown school in Amsterdam. For a little context, I went to NYU, and it's a study abroad program within the drama school. I wanted to push myself outside of my comfort zone, but I didn't really know quite how far that was going to be. So I know we have a few actors in the room, but for those of you who are unfamiliar with clowning, I will break it down for you. Essentially, you show up and wait for your name to be called, and you stand in front of a room full of people and see how much embarrassment you can tolerate until you feel embarrassment enough times that you no longer feel the sting. My group dabbled in nudity, profanity, covering themselves in various foods. Promise it wasn't sexual. And the only goal is to make people laugh. You can't prepare, you can't plan anything, you just have to show up, use what's coming up in the present moment and whatever the audience is giving you back. So on my first day under the nose, I went up there and I didn't plan anything like I was told. And I just stared at everyone staring at me, kind of like right now. And I immediately burst into tears. Immediately. And somehow my body still thought I could hide. So I crouched down into this tiny little ball and shuffled to the wall behind me and just sobbed into the wall. And my teacher let this go on for a long time. And everyone was really uncomfortable. And eventually he was like, all right, you can go. And a couple people kind of clapped to be nice. And that was that. So on the next day, I packed my nose in my backpack, and I showed up, and our teacher, Micah, says, okay, I'm going to throw you guys a bone. He says, I'm going to give you a problem to solve. You can't use words to solve it, only your physicality and your gestures and noises. So he calls me first. And I go up, and he says, okay, your toilet is leaking shit everywhere, and you only have duct tape to fix it. So I spent the next 10 minutes grunting and slipping in imaginary shit on the floor. And Mike is yelling at me things like, the shit's in your mouth now, what are you going to do? I hated this. I don't even fart in front of Jack. And afterwards, when I sat down, this is what my mind was doing. Oh my God, that was awful. Oh my God, you take yourself too seriously. Oh my God, your teacher knows you take yourself too seriously. That's why he gave you an exercise with poop. Oh my God, everyone knows you take yourself too seriously. Oh my God, everyone hates you. Oh my God, you're never going to be loved. Oh my God, you're never going to be loved until you're a good clown. Oh my God, that's never going to happen. Oh my God, I'm doomed. The chances are, if you're sitting here, that at one point your toilet has also been leaking and you've tried to fix it with duct tape. And it isn't working, and you're exhausted, and you're slipping in shit, and somehow you've slided your way all the way to 3 joules. Because maybe, just maybe, meditation will fix your toilet. Maybe Hector's a plumber. Hector can fix the toilet. But what good clowns and enlightened beings have both figured out is that there is nothing in this human life that doesn't end in suffering. You know, you get the perfect job and you still have to go to work. You get the perfect partner and then they piss you off. You get your dream body. You get your dream body and then you die. You finally achieve that goal and you bask in it for 2 seconds and then you're busy with the next goal. And this isn't wrong and it's not bad, it's just the human condition. And somehow it's taboo to say that everything is temporary. We're born and then we die. Seasons, leaves fall, animals eat each other. You know, people are hurting in the world. So what to do about that. Well, you could go to clown school. What clowns have figured out is that life is suffering. And instead of trying to avoid it and distract themselves, they embrace it and feel it and perform it with the only intention of giving joy to other people. Because they know that laughter is medicine. They know that laughter is medicine. They know that laughter is the wrecking ball that knocks down the pedestal that we build with worry in our mind and place our greatest fears on top of. I'll never be loved if I boom. I'll be lonely if I boom, but boom, but boom. Nobody knows what's going on here, really. And we're only seeing a tiny fraction of the light spectrum. The wise man knows he's a fool, and the world is too full of contradictions to make sense of it all. So the only thing left to do is relate to each other, is to find joy and to experience every flavor of emotion and color and feeling and leave no stone unturned. At least that's how I felt when I did shrooms. When I started meditating. Seriously, if you want to change something about your life, meditation is a really good place to start. If you want to turn the suffering into joy, you have to look at the suffering first. I was a really bad clown because I refused to feel what was just coming up for me in the present moment because it was discomfort. It was really painful. And I gained a lot of weight that summer in Amsterdam because I would come home from a day feeling super uncomfortable and just numb it all with food. I ate thousands of peanut M&Ms in my dorm room in Amsterdam. And when we get so used to numbing and distracting the pain, it's really hard to tell where it's coming from. So in meditation, we get quiet and still, and the source reveals itself. And I don't want to spoil anything for you, but the source is you. You are creating your own experience of reality, and when you realize that, you realize how limitless your potential is, that you could create anything and you could be anything. You see how powerful your thoughts are and how radical it is to find joy in difficult moments. How admirable it is to be a clown. How the solution that you have spent so long looking for out here is really right under your nose.